I'm Catherine Lord. I'm a clinical psychologist. I've been working with children with autism since I was an undergraduate at UCLA and became involved with a study that moved kids from institutions into the community with the idea that using behavioral techniques, we could teach them to be social and cure them from autism. The curing from autism didn't work, but kids clearly made progress. And that was what captured me and drew me into this field a long time ago. I then went from there to a graduate program in developmental and clinical psychology. And my goal was to figure out, how do children become social? And what is the connection between how babies and young children think and how they learn to pay attention and interact with other people? Since then, I've been able to work in a number of different places and have had the opportunity to learn a lot of different approaches and techniques to autism. So I was part of the TEACH program in North Carolina. I worked in England with Michael Rudder and learned a lot about formal diagnostic techniques, and then was able to start my own centers both in Canada and the US. I think many of us believe that the key to autism is neurobiology. And in order to try to figure out the neurobiology of autism, we have to work together because autism is such a heterogeneous or different disorder for different people. As part of this effort, working across different clinics in different countries, we needed to develop diagnostic instruments that allowed us to describe the kids that we were working with, so that if we got different results, we knew whether it was because we were studying different children or because there was something different about the results. Out of this has come a variety of different diagnostic instruments that have been developed with a number of different collaborators. And then, as a clinician, I became interested in how can we use these instruments to actually change the clinical work we do and to better understand the individual children with whom we work. Our group is involved in a number of different research projects right now and is also actively involved in setting up new research projects for the future. Two of the projects that we're doing now involve assessment. One is of very, very young children. So we are part of a national collaboration that looks at how we diagnose children under age 2. And for this, we're recruiting children where anyone has a concern about possible autism. What we will do then is do a comprehensive assessment that goes beyond the typical early intervention assessment to identify an individual child's strengths and weaknesses. Another research project that we're involved in has to do with the development of a diagnostic instrument and a way to measure social and communication behavior in individuals who have minimal verbal skills and autism. Here what we're trying to do is use some of the techniques that we've developed before to look specifically at the social strengths. For example, a child who really has a lot of social approaches and motivation, as well as the social deficits of kids with autism and kids with other disorders that affect their language.